How did you feel when you first found out that you were going to be a dad for the first time? Can you remember the emotion? Where were you? How did it work out? And did you trust the stick?
I came in the door. My partner was sitting on the sofa. I sat down, had a bit of a chat. She gave me a card. It's a big card that said "Hooray" on it. I was like, "What's this?" I was like, "Oh my God!" It's just so many things go through your head. You know, what's the next 9 months going to be like? What's the birth going to be like? How's my life going to change? It was just, I was speechless.
Anyone else?
My wife had checked it twice, so we had both of them. So yeah, it was just a bit of a shock really. It only took probably 2 or 3 months for it to actually happen, and we said, yeah, we'll go for it, and next thing we're pregnant, and it's like, oh, I didn't expect it that quick. But yeah, it was exciting, but a little bit scary at the same time, because you know, you're a first time dad, and regardless of what age you are, you're kind of going, you're going to have a little person, a mini me, that you need to do everything for.
What about you?
I felt numb initially, and well, that's not negative. Is the next day I was, it really sunk in, and I'm like, sort of, I had a bit of a spring in my step. I thought, oh well, here we are. I've arrived at this moment. And the test initially was negative, and then she put it aside, and 24 hours later, she looked at it and was like, oh shit. And so I thought, oh well, and we were separate. We were in different countries at the time, so we were actually trying. I thought, well, this is going to take a lot longer than I thought, but hey presto, it happened. And she said, look, maybe it's a bit early in the relationship to be doing this. I said, fair enough, but I know people who've tried for years and never had a baby, and as you can see, I'm a little ripe in age, and I've got no time to waste here. I want to be around for as long as I can with my planned child. It happened. It was hey presto.
Wow. What about you, mate? Can you remember?
Well, we had.
Because you have twins. That's a whole other.
I have a 5-year-old girl and twin girls as well. So, which is absolutely wonderful. It's fantastic. It is, and with our first girl, I'll jump back to our first girl. We had a very efficient countdown because my wife had a contraception rods in her arm, which sort of disintegrated after around 4.5 years and stopped. So we knew that we were sort of counting down. They sort of disintegrate after 4.5 years, and then this is the time for pregnancy as well. So we had a very sort of good gradual run to it as well, and then she was pregnant, and it was just fantastic as well. I just couldn't wait as well.
Can you remember how you felt when you found out you were having twins though?
Oh,
because that's
even
nightmare.
better.
That's good.
Even better. I love it because my first girl was she's strong as an ox. She could run through a wall like she has. Nothing was wrong with her. We spent $8,000 on the first child with clothes and prams and cots, etc. That was all stored and ready as well. So we just said, well, let's go. And when we were in the first scan that we found out, the girl who was scanning us was asking a couple of questions. So have you had any injections or anything? Have you done IVF or anything? So no.
Don't want to hear that.
No, we haven't done any of that. No, it's all natural. And she said, oh, okay, well, there's 2 in there. And so we were videotaping, and it just was hilarious. We were told it was the funniest things ever, and it was just exhilarating. Loved it. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh, good for you.
Change 2 nappies at the same time. You make 2 meals.
Was it one hand each? How does that work?
Yeah.
One eyeball.
I'm trying to perfect it.